Hello YouTube and welcome to our latest war recap video. It's been a little while since the last one. I think I may have missed a couple of wars. Monado Unsrat was our last war recap video, and so we've missed a couple in between. Apologies. I do wish Supercell would do something to let us see more wars back, but got to work with what we've got and my schedule at work, so that's apologies there. But we had a pretty convincing win over Aleppo's castle there, and then we lost one against North Gujarat. And apologies if I've mispronounced that. It's a good war, great attacking from them. We struggled a bit with their clan castles actually, which is strange because we faced the same clan castle composition in some recent wars and handled it okay. It was just one of those off wars, I think, that happens. And as you can see, we actually pipped them on percentage destruction, just didn't quite pip them on stars. So that happens. Props to those guys. It was a good war and closely fought, so they're always exciting wars. Today we're covering this war here against Game Over, not quite such a close war, and we'll quickly look at what they did to our bases. So they got a triple on one of our Town Hall 10s, and then kind of it was a bit of a mixed bag. Some threes, lots of stars left on the board. They didn't use all, it's weird, they didn't use all their attacks. Who knows, it's a sign of a bit, I don't know, maybe not that well coordinated as a clan. We got ones and twos on their Town Hall 10s. We were kind of outnumbered 3-1 on Town Hall 10s, so that was a bit rough. 3-1 on Town Hall 11s, which is a bit rough on our Town Hall 10s, having to hit some Town Hall 11s. But props to, that was yours truly who went in and got a star. I forgot about that. That was Miners, wasn't it? I remember now. But lots of cleanup. Look at that lovely set of attacks on their Town Hall 9s and 10s. Sorry, Town Hall 8s and 9s. So let's check out the war log. We've got 6-star wars from Jason. So close, Uni. Sorry, not quite 6 stars, but 193, which is really close. Jenny, 6-star war, superb, which is lovely to see. What else have we got? We've got lots of, look at all the fresh hit triples on these bases. So that's pretty insane. Congrats to Zimmer there and to Mini Murray on 6-star wars as well. So let's get into the action without further ado. A little bit to scroll down on this war. Okay, so we're going to fast forward this by 4 because this is a Town Hall 10 hitting a Town Hall 9. And we've seen this before. It's pretty standard in our clan these days. You lure the CC if you can, or in fact, indeed, if you want to. And then you just drop a shed load of miners with a bunch of heal spells, and about a minute later, you've got 3 stars. So it's not that much science to it. There's not that much strategy to it. It's a bit weird that Supercell are taking the game in this direction, but it works and it's effective and it gets 3 stars. So we'll use it until they do something different. Cool. Alrighty. This is Jenny coming in. This is last war or penultimate war as a Town Hall 9. I can't remember. Jenny and Uni both recently hitting Town Hall 10, which is pretty cool. Coming in with nice Queen Walk, getting good value from the Queen. Lovely use of the Hog to draw the CC. Drops a poison. Couple of Giants down, just for a bit of a distraction from some of the defences there. Great value from the Queen, so she's got a couple of defences, the CC, and she's still going strong on that one. Here come the King with some bowlers and some Valks. There's a jump spell and a rage spell. That's always great value. These bowlers under rage at Town Hall 9 are just absolutely lethal. Look at that. One shot from the bowlers took out an archer tower and a wizard tower on the splash, on the jump damage or splash damage, whatever you want to call it, on the second bounce. Just absolutely insane. It seems to be bowlers in the CC. You either use a couple of healers on them around the outside, like Death Star likes to do, or if you're going to send them in the middle, make sure you take a rage spell, because 5 max bowlers under rage are absolutely lethal at Town Hall 9. And in our current war, plenty of our bases are getting trashed. Apologies, Jace. I'm actually going to also do yours on 4 speed as well. Similar concept to Lose attack earlier. A couple of hogs to get the lure, as many as it takes. Not a couple, but maybe 4 or 5, because you might need to take out a defense on the way. Then it's just mass miners and mass heal spells, and sit back and take a sip of beer, which is what I'm about to do right now. I know from a recent video that the microphone picked up the church bells that play near us now and again. Not sure if the mic picked up the sound of the beer going down, but let me tell you, it was pretty sweet. Alrighty, now we've got Uni coming in with the Queen Walk. And again, what I'm liking about these Queen Walk attacks is that the queens are being dropped on a portion of the base that isn't surrounded by a lot of storages. So, we're 20 seconds into this raid, and the queen has already taken out the enemy arch queen and 3 defenses. So that's just great value. Always be cautious about dropping your queen for a Queen Walk if all she's going to spend her time hitting is storages, because it takes her a while to take them out. And you know what? Storages don't shoot back. So if you're going to drop a queen and 3-4 archers, realistically, you want to make sure you get good value from that. And what I mean by value is defenses being destroyed, or the CC or some other strategic target that's going to help you clear the rest of the base later on. And Uni does that very, very well here indeed. Okay, so we've got few bit of action going around. At some point the queen is going to shoot buildings that aren't defenses. That just happens, but it's more about where you start her off and where she's going to head to. There's troops spread all over the shop here. There's the queen on the outside, there's bowlers in the core, there's a golem, there's healers, there's wizards. Just absolutely smashed it. Sensational raid. Alrighty, Jenny again coming in on this kind of, see this base a lot in it's kind of regular anti-raid bases, kind of people's home base, if you like. It's kind of an odd base design. It worked well for a while, and then people figured it out. That seems to be how it goes with base designs. A certain thing works well, and then people work it out and make a change, and then it doesn't work so well. It's the same with attack strategies. So you may find that you've been using a certain army composition along with spells, and that's been working really well for you, and just suddenly it stops working. What that means is what you were using was probably being used by a lot of other people in war as well, and the base designs have changed to adapt to it, which probably means there's something else out there that works really well instead. So keep an eye out for that kind of stuff. It's an ever-evolving feast. It's like a war and counter-war. But anyway, Jenny's coming in here. Pretty much, I haven't called anything at all to do with this war, so let's just a quick summarize. Jenny dropped a lot of troops and they smashed this base to bits. Okay, now that we've caught up with that, we have got the king is going to come in and pretty much clear up the rest of the base. There is a cannon left. The cannons do pretty serious damage. However, level 29 king has plenty of health. There was a golemite there left, and there wasn't much health left on the cannon. So was it just me, or did that raid end 2 seconds after the last defense went down? That was kind of weird. But anyway, lovely attack, Jenny. 6-star war. I think this may have been your last war as a Town Hall 10, so that was kind of fitting. Sorry, as a Town Hall 9 before you hit Town Hall 10. That was kind of fitting. So congrats. And in any case, lovely attack. This is Jace coming in again. We're going to play this on 4x speed because miners just look even cooler under quadruple speed. So nice line of miners, couple of heal spells just to greet them into the base. Pouring through, nice heals here, keeping the miners nice and healthy as they just rip through everything in the base. There's, next thing you know, there's just nothing left, and it's boom, job done. And that's how you clear a Town Hall 9 as a Town Hall 10, and I think they are level 1 miners as well. So any new Town Hall 10s to the clan, that's not a bad attack strategy, and it costs you no DE, which is pretty cool too. Okay, so Banger, not Miner. Mighty Banger is coming in. So a couple of hogs trying to get lure and didn't quite get it. Only suggestion I make there is trying to get the lure where your hogs are going to run into the range of the archer's queen is going to cause you pain. But Banger adapts, comes in, got the Valks in, love the use of the poison. The queen's taken down the CC, which was the Lava Hound. The Valks have cored the base, and because of the style of the base where there's pretty much nothing in the middle, that usually causes at some point the Valks to burst out because there's more fruit on the outside of the base for them to attack than on the inside. But And Banger's Valks kind of, they run outside, then they run inside, then they run outside again. That's just, these redhead ladies, they have a mind of their own, and on this occasion they choose to flatten the base in front of them, so lovely attack. Okay, and I've got a poison spell, that's pretty cool. Okay, this is Geek coming in on... Okay, this is the Death Star attack, as I like to call it, because he's the one that showed it to us. Only 6 hogs taking, but and uses 2 of them to get the lure. That's because this was a cleanup attack, and the previous attack dropped 1 hog and didn't get the 2 balloons. So it's one of those things. Make sure you take enough to get the job done that you need to do, and in this case, it took 2 hogs. Okay, so we've got bowlers going down on one side with 3 healers. We've got the Arch Queen going on the other side with 3 healers. We've got the King with the Valkyries and some wizards going in through the core. There's some heal spells. There's a jump spell just to give them access to lots of the core. There is a rage and a second heal for them. So all the fruit is, in terms of spells, is going in the core on the Valkyries. Do hit a double giant bomb there, and that does cause quite a bit of pain. So we're just down to like 1 or 2 Valkyries, a lone bowler, and the Archer Queen. I might speed up because it does take a little bit of time. A few wall breakers there just to give the Queen access, because we do need to get that wizard tower down before it takes out all of the healers, and it doesn't quite get the job done in time. However, it does get enough of the things done just to get the 3-star in time, so a bit lucky there, but I'll take that one. Okay. Wait. There we go. Bazza coming in on, this is kind of, it's an old school, it reminds me of a Town Hall 8 base layout back in the day when people thought that they could put all their air defences bang smack in the middle, and in doing so ensure that a dragon attack would run around the outside. But Bazza comes in with a nice way to take out the CC, by the way, just dropping a, a poison and a baby drag to take out their CC, which is pretty cool and very effective. So that worked quite nicely. Giants and bowlers in the core with some healers and the heroes backing up, and this base is just designed to do exactly what Bez has done here, which is just funnel on the edges, take your main force straight through the core of the base and have them, as they go along, take out the core, the central compartment, and as they work their way across it, take out everything on either side of it as well. So there's pretty, there's 1 or 2 defenses left, but there's not much really that's going to pose a threat to the troops that Bazza has here. She's got both heroes up. There are pretty decent level heroes for Town Hall 9. I'm just thinking back the other day actually that when we started the channel, and bear in mind that was only 3 months ago, it was all about how to get 3 stars without having maxed heroes. And these days quite a lot we've come such a long way in terms of hero levels in the clan that isn't always true anymore, because we've got a couple of Town Hall 9s with max heroes. Thankfully they're going up to Town Hall 10, so their heroes won't be maxed anymore, but we've actually got quite a lot of people with high level heroes. That's kudos to everyone for all their relentless DE farming, and it absolutely is a grind, we all feel it. So but it is paying dividends for us. These heroes do hang around a bit longer, and you get much better value from them. So Leonio was visiting us for a short while over from a clan that we warred against, and that's one of the nice things about the war scene. People kind of hop over and say hello and hang out for a bit, and then in this case Leonio kind of took his eyes off the ball for several wars in a row, and we evicted him, and he went back to his original clan. But it's a bit of a shame. It's a good attacker, knew what he was doing, but just didn't quite understand how we warred and didn't want to play along. But loved warring with you, Leonio. All the best, mate. Hopefully see you in another war, or you'll pop back in and visit at some point soon. Okay. Bibir coming in on Town Hall 10 with what looks like grounded expos, but his kind of interesting attack strategy here, because we've used a few, going to open up 2 sets of earthquakes to really open up this base, and that's giving his Valks access to a huge portion of this base. So there's Valks on the outside, there's Valks in the core, there's heroes in the core, there's a golem in the core, there's just troops everywhere, and the net effect, given these low level walls, is the base is just disappearing. It's it's like it's a hot day, and that's an ice cold lager. It just disappears out the glass. However, it's not completely gone. There's does slow down a little bit at this point. He's got his king, which does pretty decent DPS. He's got a max golem, and that can tank a huge amount of damage. Does split into golemites here, but as I say, the king does plenty of damage. He's also got plenty of hit points, so more than enough to get the job done, and breaks through the wall, takes out the last couple of defenses. So cheers, BB, and you've reminded me that I've got one of my own sat right here that is slowly warming up, so I need to do something about that whilst we watch Thor come in on number 18. Excuse me. Alrighty, and for those who are interested, it's a Cobra. Right, do like my Indian lager. Coming in, and Thor gutting the core of the base with the Valkyries. Just mass drop of Valks, let them run through, do their own thing. A little bit unlucky here that the Archer Tower is targeting his king and not the golem and golemites, but no matter, he breaks through the wall eventually, as is the golem. Looks like it's going to as well, and that's going to be helpful. Triggers the giant bomb. That golem will do enough damage to take out the Archer Tower. Golems actually do a fair bit of damage, given it's not a huge amount of damage compared to like the Queen or a Wizard, but they've got a shed ton of hit points, and one-on-one Golem will take out pretty much any defense, except for maybe a a single target Inferno. But other things, more than enough health just to bash their way through stuff. So nicely done to Thor. Okay, Jamison coming in with the dragons, and Jamison, I'm going to fast forward this by 4 just because dragon attacks do take a little bit of time. So we've got the double zap quake coming down, nice widespread on the dragons. We've got the loons in through the center here. They do get taken out by the defending Arch Queen, but that's okay. Bit of a Tesla farm at the back end with some wizard towers. See, that's quite a common combo. The old mass Teslas coupled with mass wizard towers, because the combination of point defense and splash damage is a nice little combo. But dragons don't care too much about that, and Jamison cruises through that base. We'll be seeing quite a bit of that in coming wars. Got major coming in, major, minor, minor, major coming in here. It seems to me that, just as an observation, that this is a fairly low level Town Hall 9 by the looks of it. It's only got 3 air defences. That many of the recent updates have strengthened ground-based attacks, particularly at Town Hall 9 and Town Hall 10 to a lesser extent. I say that about Town Hall 10 because Laloon was the way to get 3 stars at Town Hall 10, but it was not easy and not many people could do it. But at Town Hall 9 there's always been options. You've always been able to use Goho or Laloon or Pentalaloon or Go Vaho. There's been multiple options. But the recent updates, Valt's got a buff, bowlers have come in for the CC, and so on, have really meant that most of the time you're going to expect a ground-based attack. But what that means, more importantly, in war is most of the time your opponent is probably building their base to defend against a ground-based attack. So it's worth looking to see where they've placed their air defenses, because quite often people will put their air defenses like in very easy reach because they're expecting no one will use an air attack, and a double zap quake with a mass dragons, if there's also an air defense in easy reach, is still a very viable attack at Town Hall 9. Okay, let's keep going. Zimmer coming in. Zimmer is an early Town Hall 9, so we will fast forward this on ×4 speed. Going forwards, I'm probably going to skip over the Town Hall 9 dips onto Town Hall 8s. There's only so many mass dragon attacks we can watch and still have some degree of interest in. I'm not even sure whether anybody watches these bits of the vid, so it takes a bit of time to produce these vids, so I will skip over some of this stuff because we've all seen mass dragons with a double zap quake and there isn't really much risk in it for the attacker. So apologies if your alt account or even your main account is included in that batch. Zimmer gets the job done here for the clan. Okay, and once again, Zimmer coming in, same thing, double zap quake. It's the best way of taking out a Town Hall 8 as a Town Hall 9. One of the good things about Dragon Attack so is it gives me another opportunity to have a sup of beer, and there is much to be said for that particular proposition. So maybe I will call a few more Town Hall 9 dips on this particular war, or indeed whenever I have a beer, you never know. Alrighty, superb. I'll let you decide whether I was talking about the attack or the beer. Mini Murray coming in, single zap, but Murray is an experienced Town Hall 9 and has done dragon funneling just once or twice before. Lovely bit of funneling there. Balloons just straight in. The new level balloons just seem to have so much health for at lower town halls, and that's probably something that at some point Supercell are going to need to address. You can't just keep adding, well, the bind is they need to keep adding levels onto troops to balance the higher town halls, like Town Hall 11. Every time they do that, it means that those troops, when they're donated to lower town halls, are more and more powerful. And you could argue that balances itself out because the CC troops get more powerful too, but I'm not really sure that's the case. Because you always got the option to lure or do other things with the CC, and particularly Town Hall 9 where we see bowlers under rage is just so powerful. So I'm actually wondering whether they need to think about doing something like restricting the levels that you can donate, so you can't donate troops to a town hall that don't exist at that town hall, or alternatively when you donate troops that do exist at that town hall, they get downgraded to the max level at the town hall. So, you know, if you're a maxed Town Hall 10 and you donate a max dragon to a Town Hall 8, it becomes a level 3 dragon. Don't know, be interested in people's thoughts. But it just seems every time they upgrade high level troops, lower level bases get easier and easier to take out because they can't upgrade the defences without unbalancing the main attack, and the CC troops get more and more strong. Or stronger and stronger, I should say. Maybe that's a beer talking, we never know. Danger Mouse coming in with the Zap Quake, and what do you know, some drags. And why wouldn't you? There's a hole in the base, and Danger Mouse, to his credit, takes advantage of it. What's not to like about a hole in the base? Love it. Actually gets another air defense with his Barbarian King, so just kudos. Oh, so tempted to replay this on single speed because that was actually quite cool. That, by the way, is what you get for not watching all the attacks before you do the war recalls. And don't mind saying, given the timing of things, that this video is being recorded after Jake from One Hive announced that he was going to retire from YouTubing. And just as a heads up, when you watch, or if you've watched any of Jake's attacks, we're doing a war recap. It's quite clear that he's watched all of the attacks through before he's then recorded them and called the attack. And just think about that for a sec, because that is, you know, what, in terms of our videos here, that's, I think his videos were what, 15 minutes long. So you've got to watch 30 attacks if you're doing a 30 versus 30 war. So that's an hour of your time. Then you've got to call the 15-20 minutes of the war video, and then you've got to edit it, and then you've got to upload. So it's probably about 2 hours. Every video he made probably took him 2 hours of time. Part of the reason why I'm calling these just off the bat is I haven't got 2 hours for each war, unfortunately. Wish I had. So, oh yes, I remember this. There was some pretty tough bases at the bottom, and Rum is doing it the hard way with a dragon. That's quite cool. Well, it's kind of what this town hall deserved, really, because the hoop. This is I think about as low a town hall as you can possibly have, and still be in Clan Wars. And Rum gives it the respect that it deserves. So it was a close one. But well done on the 3-star run. We won't bother watching the rest because that was a disaster. They were both... Well, we won't bother because they just... Why would you... See what I mean? Why would you bother with it? And the same here. I get that you need to make up the numbers, but it didn't really excite us very much. So Super War, great attacking everybody. Lots of 3 stars. Look at the percentage destruction, nice and high. Catch you on the next one.